What's going on, guys? It's Vidozi Dad coming to you with another solo dungeon run. Today we're going to be doing City of Ash 1. I'm going to show you the simple tips and tricks to get through the dungeon. Pretty simple stuff. I'm going to go ahead and make our way over to the dungeon. So I am a vampire, and I just wanted to let you guys know that you can do this as a vampire. You pretty much can do any fire level as a vampire. It's gonna be a lot harder for you guys to do it. I recommend heavy armor and running more shields, but for this normal dungeon run, we're just going to breeze right through it. Let's actually check what vampirism level I am. So I am vampirism level 3. Let's go see how I do in this dungeon. Just gonna make our way over to the Wave Shrine. Alright, so we are at the Wave Shrine. We're gonna go ahead and find City of Ash on the map. If you guys don't know, I think it's in green shade, but let's just double check. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is in green shade, and it should be up in this right hand corner. I'm gonna go ahead and travel to it now. So I am guessing there are 6 bosses in this one. All of them have simple tactics that you can basically get through. It's really no problem as long as you keep your AoEs on the ground, self heals active, make sure you don't run out of magic. You should be just fine. I am wearing all heavy armor for this one, so it's 7 heavy, just so I have more survivability. So right off the bat, as you can see when we entered in, we're just going to jump to this waterfall that we see on the corner. Let me go ahead and show you that, guys. So as soon as you come in, usually we'll go down this bridge, but we're not going to do that. We're going to make a left and we're going to go ahead and jump down this waterfall. This is going to skip all the NPCs on the bridge and get us to our objective a lot faster. So just go ahead and fall down here. Don't worry if you die. You should have some stones with you to make sure you can come back, but if you don't, just go ahead and try it again. The Wave Shrine is just right up the hill. So if you were to take the bridge, you would fall down by here. But we are going to actually keep to the left and follow our path over here. Gonna skip all these NPCs right here. There's going to be some NPCs to your left over here, so you want to get to your right side. And then you're going to go through these rocks right here. Follow the path, all the way to the right, skip those NPCs. And now you're at the first boss. So these NPCs right here, they're fairly easy to kill. So make sure you're putting all your AoEs on the floor and your dots on all the players. So I like to start off with Elemental Blockade, followed by Burning Embers. Make sure I get that self heal. And then we'll do some Molten Whips here and there. Get everybody down and make our way over to that Fire Atronach in the corner. Go ahead and put our AoEs down. You really don't have to worry about the other NPCs that much. Try to get the Fire Atronachs down as fast as possible once you get the middle section taken care of. So there we go. That was everybody. And now we're going to fight the first boss. So you want to fight him inside here, so that way he really doesn't have a place to get around you. And then you basically just want to circle him over and over and over again. Use Burning Embers as your self heal. Try not to use Coagulating Blood because you're just going to be wasting your magicka. Make sure your dots on the floor. Don't double dot, I like to call it, which is basically putting 2 AoEs on the floor at the same time, but of the same AoE. try to make sure that AoE actually finishes before you drop that same AoE down on the floor. So right now I got Elemental Blockade on the floor, and as soon as it gets off, which should be in a little bit, I'll go ahead and put it right back on the floor. Now Eruption is a little bit different because the last is a lot longer. So usually don't want to do Eruption too much. It does do a little bit of burst damage as soon as it hits the floor, but not enough for you to have it down every 10 seconds. So remember guys, just keep your dots on them, keep your AoEs on the floor. Make sure you don't run out of Magicka. Use Burning Embers as your self-heal. And try not to use Coagulating Blood. The reason being is so you don't run out of Magicka. Alright, so we're doing good so far. Oops, messed up that one. And there we go, you should be falling. And there we go. Alright, we're gonna make our way back over here. There's gonna be some NPCs on the right. Just stay to your left, you should be able to avoid them, no problem. Make your way over here between the two rocks. Alright, just keep going. Usually there's a heavy stack on this table right here, but not today. Just gonna keep going. Now, you can skip these NPCs now or kill them later. We'll just skip them now. There's gonna be a little cutscene with some arrows. Just go ahead and let them kill those NPCs for you real quick. If you do pass them while that cutscene is going on, they will start firing at you, and those archers are deadly. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. So, alright, just go ahead and stay to the right. There's going to be some NPCs over there and some NPCs right here. We're just going to cross the river right here. And we're going to go up this stoop and then jump into the lake. Alright. Don't walk up the lake because you will aggro those NPCs right there. Okay, now this fight right here is a little bit tough. You want to make sure you take out the archers. If you're going to be using Elemental Blockade, I suggest standing on this side so you can get both archers at the same time with it. Go ahead. First archer's down. Go ahead and make your way to the second archer. Don't worry about the other NPCs, like the physical ones. Just worry about the long distance ones at first. And the reason being is those projectiles do a lot of damage, and if you're not rocking scales, it's better to take the archers out first. Let's go ahead and make our way out this. Alright. Okay, so right here there's going to be a couple NPCs. Again, just try to take out the long distance NPCs first. Alright, taking out the long NPCs. Again, try using Burning Embers as your self-heal at all times so you can keep doing damage while healing. Alright, there we go. Let's make our way up here to the next boss. This guy's going to be fairly easy. Just watch out for that Shattering Blows move that he does. He is going to charge up like a heavy attack. And he does have a Lava Whip that he does, just like us. So you're going to have to watch out for that. He does that at the very end of the match. Alright, just make sure your AoEs are down. I'm going to hit him with a Meteor. And there goes the Lava Whip that I was talking about. He's going to call Let's. And you don't really have to worry about that as long as you got Graftar on. Yeah, just make sure you're blocking through that Shattering Blows and you are good to go. Well, here we go. Just gonna take this heavy sack. Chest over here real quick. Alright, there we go. Alright, now that we're up here, this boss is going to drop an AoE on the floor. Just make sure you stay out of it, but try to stay on the rim of it, because it tends to kick you out of the AoEs that you put on the floor. So just try to stay around his AoE, kind of like this, so you can keep him in yours. Alright, watch out for that heavy attack that I just got hit with. It does a lot of damage and throwing you off balance, especially if you're close to the ledge. It's just sad. Alright, block through that. Make sure you keep him in the AoEs. Keep your dots on him, self-heal. And make sure you lighting attack in between each skill. That way you can get your ultimate back. Alright, just gonna get some of our magic back. Looks like we're doing good so far. Remember to keep them in your AoEs. And block cast during this, just so you can keep doing DPS as you're blocking that heavy attack. There we go. Just block through this heavy attack. I ran out of magicka, but that's okay. Gonna keep on fighting. And there we go, we got all the magic back. Alright, he's almost done. Let's block through that. And there we go. Okay, so a lot of people would jump off of this into that tree right there. Sometimes there's a chest in there, sometimes there's not. I don't like to risk it because as soon as you jump out, there's a high risk that you will die. So what you want to do is you want to come over here and you want to go down this space right here. Here we go. Alright, if you can see that, make our way down here. And there we go. Just like that. We just went down the mountain without killing ourselves. Isn't that convenient? I know a lot of people doing this always end up killing themselves. And yeah, I understand that. So let's go ahead and make our way over here. We're going to go the same way we came. We're going to go through the lake to the right hand side. And we're going to cross the river here. And keep to our left. And now we're going to face the bridge. Now, these NPCs that are in here, you want to go ahead and kill them now. Because there's a little easy trick that you can do to get through this. There we go. Alright. So, what you want to do is you want to get right in this corner right here. See where the bridge was that we just came from. Then you want to aggro from here. So you aggro the first one, you come over here, you go ahead and drop your AoEs on the floor right away. There we go. Just like that, everybody's dead. Now usually if you were to come straight up here and fight, it would be pretty hard to do. You would probably have to do a lot of block casting. But that's alright. And always these random archers that just show up out of nowhere. Those archers are deadly, as you can see. I recommend if you're having problems with the archers, just go ahead and put scales on. Alright. Alright, here we go. So she's fairly easy. She does have these little lava pools that come up from the floor. Just make sure you stay out of them. I would recommend using scales for this fight, just because a lot of her projectiles could be thrown back at her. But again, just watch out for those lava pools. If you can get away from those lava pools once she puts them up, you pretty much won the fight. And there we go, just like that. She's gone. We're gonna make our way up these stairs over here and just keep pushing forward. Let's go ahead and buff up before we even get there. And start off with a heavy attack so we can get some of the magic back. Alright, AoE's on the floor. And we'll start whipping. Here we go. Burning Embers. Flames of Oblivion. Engulfing Flames. And we are okay. Now let's just wait for our Magicka to come back real quick. Okay. And here we go. Same thing, guys. Put the AoEs on the floor. Let's take care of this one. Alright, so here comes the next boss. Then we got one more after this, and then we're done. So this boss is fairly easy, just like the rest of them. You want to just watch out for her Shattering Blows, heavy attack that she does. Keep your rotation the same. And just try to circle her. Watch when she does this kind of windmill spin. She does do her own AoE that does a lot of damage you want to stay out of it. And that's it right there. Okay, so here we go. She's going to bring out her friends. And you just want to make sure your AoEs are on the floor, and that should take care of all her friends real quick, just like that. Alright, here goes those Shattering Blows I was talking about. And that little windmill move she does. Remember, keep your AoEs on her. Keep circling around, keeping her in your AoEs. Make sure your dots are on. Let's go ahead and give her a Meteor, get her Magicka back. Block that Shattering Blows. Put our dots back on the floor, put the dots back on her. Alright, Burning Embers to get our healing back. Alright, now let's execute. And there we go. On to the next one. So I don't know if you guys noticed by now, but I do have all new armor on. That's why it took me so long to get this video up. I was doing this in light armor, and it was really hard. I was dying a couple times, but I was able to beat it a couple times, but I just wasn't comfortable. So I decided just to switch up the build, make it more sustainable, more survivable, and it's been working out. I haven't been dying as much. Well, literally haven't been dying at all, really. The only problem I do have with this build is it doesn't do that much DPS like the other build, but it makes up for it in survivability. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do our same rotation, AoEs, Flames of Oblivion, Engulfing Flames, Elemental Blockade. We're going to whip twice, do Elemental Blockade again, Burning Embers, Engulfing Flames, and do the same thing again. We are not going to do Eruption twice, okay guys? You only want to do Eruption once, and that's at the beginning of the map. So here we go. Because that is the reason why. He is going to move from one spot to the other. And you don't want to waste your magic on AoEs that are only going to last about a couple seconds on him. So remember, we're getting that self-heal from Burning Embers. Ooh, messed up on that one. He should be moving soon. So we're not trying to waste our magic on AoEs right now, and there we go. Let's go ahead and get some health back from this guy. There we go. Alright. I'm hitting with everything. Here we go. We're doing good so far, guys. So there's a little trick to find out where he is every time he teleports. Just go ahead and look at the sky when he teleports, so you can see a little path of fire where he's going to jump to the next place. Alright, there we go. We're doing good so far, guys. Now, the ads could get a little bit overwhelming when he starts getting to about 25% health. And the reason why is he's going to start calling 2 at a time, 3 at a time. And if you look around, I already got a couple out. But we're just not going to worry about them for right now. We're just going to keep DPSing this guy until it gets a little bit too out of hand. Alright, and I guess this is where it's getting too out of hand, right? So we're going to have to kill a couple. Make sure they don't kill us while we're beating this guy up. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of business. And he should be going down anytime soon. Alright, and he is down. Yeah, you gonna nail it down? Yes. Alright guys, so that was City Rash 1 on normal. Doing it on solo. It's pretty easy as you can see. And I did it as a Vampirism level 3. Vampirism level 3 is a really good balance between having it on, because you do get that magical recovery based, and then you also get you're able to just use the vampirism abilities, and those are just really nice to have, especially like let's go ahead and go to the vampirism tree. Elusive Mist is always good, Mist Form, Drain is good, Devouring Swarm is good. All of these things are good, especially the passive that you get here. So I'd rather be a vampire no matter what. Vampires for life, guys. Alright, so that was the dungeon, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.